Welcome into another edition of Fantasy Now Plus Friday edition, where we break down everything you need to know of the weekly fantasy football news. But today we're doing something a little different since the NFL draft has concluded and we did our statements already. We're going to go ahead and do a deep dive on our favorite rookies, or maybe not so favorite rookies. We're going to talk about some running backs today. We'll be talking some wide receivers. I don't know if we'll touch on the quarterback position, but before I go on any further, let's bring in my boss, my pal, my best friend in the whole wide world, Justin Barley. What's going on, Justin?
Every time you say boss, I'm just like, dude, you're the one that started this all.
I don't want to be the boss, but I'm glad that you are now the new boss. So, no, honestly, we have put together a great team. When I say we, I mean you and Sean, and I'm just there trying to win everyone's approval. So hopefully one day, one day I will win someone's approval.
It's like we have a
But
board of directors, and you're just like, I gotta just make sure they know what I'm talking about.
I'm like, if you watch wrestling, Evan, I'm Dwayne Johnson. I'm on the board, but I don't know what I'm doing. And I just mess it. I'm just kidding. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm playing y'all. But yeah, how you been?
Good, good. I mean, got this nice little
Oh yeah, yeah.
merch now officially.
Looking fresh. Listen.
You know,
We look fresh. That's what we do here. This is honestly my favorite part of the week is talking to you about fantasy football, and you look good. I need to get one of those for the Scott Fishbowl live
yeah,
draft.
yeah. A couple of us are gonna be doing it. Sean says you look handsome as hell, so just
Oh, thank you. Full disclosure, peek behind the curtain. This was the shirt I wore when I proposed to my wife.
this is not the shirt I wore.
We were in St. Pete at the Dolly Museum. That artist guy. He makes all the melting clocks. Anyone
Okay.
know what I'm talking about? Anyway, um, but we are going to talk rookies. Before we do that, I do got to get some business out of the way. If you're not already, this all counts under my name, by the way. If anyone signs up,
Only if they
if
put your name.
no, yes, if you're not already registered for Super League, go to FantasyNowPlus.com. Click on that registration tab for Super League. Get in. It's a best ball league. We already have 5 leagues filled. It's a lot of leagues filled.
Yeah,
We
we're
have
getting there.
we have some names in there that you might recognize. We have some names in there that you might not recognize. But either way, it doesn't matter. We're all fun, friendly people just trying to play fantasy football, raising money for a great cause. Justin, what is that cause? Let the people know.
Extra Life. So all money goes directly to Extra Life, which then turns it around, and it's the charity for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So every single dollar goes to all of the patients and families that go there. It goes to research. It goes to paying their bills. It goes to facilities and administrative fees and all of that stuff that is needed to support children and their families that need that help. So it's a big organization. I mean, there's hospitals all over the country. So whether you're directly supporting your hospital or another hospital around you, all that money goes to help them.
Perfect. And then, of course, once again, fantasynowplus.com, Super League, click that registration. Whenever you do sign up, whenever they say, oh, who recommended you? Just go ahead and put Josh on there. I will get super 1000% credit, and I really appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, we are putting out shorts almost daily with our new staff, our new content creators, our new partners, of course. They're putting out great stuff every single day, and Sean and all these guys work so hard behind the scenes. So thank you for everybody's support. We are climbing the freaking rankings on our subs. We want to get to 1,000 before the start of the season. Let's push for it. We're at 538 right now, so thank every single one of you. But before I blabber on, which I will, go ahead, go.
I was going to say, I didn't know if you were going to talk about a format update or scheduling update.
Do you want to put that out now?
I mean, yeah, we are going to go live in like 3 days. So
all right, let's do it. Let's do it.
So on Fridays, our Friday show is going to be at 3 p.m. starting today. Also, there will be a 3 p.m. show. So in less than 3 hours, there will be another show with 2 guys on it named Jeff and Pudge. They will be covering studs and duds today. Each week, I think they're going to do a different segment. So be sure to adjust your dials. Friday will move to 3 p.m. It will not be Josh and Justin. However, on Mondays at noon, like normal, it'll be Josh and Justin. So we will cover you guys on Mondays and Fridays this throughout the off season, and we have like 7 days of content coming up for the season.
Yes, yes, we do. So if you're watching on Finstock Sports Network, we definitely appreciate you. Go ahead and go over to Fantasy Now Plus on the YouTube and subscribe over there and help us out a little bit, right? I'm sure Bobby and these guys, everyone else would appreciate that as we all grow together. That's our goal here. So
Yeah.
speaking of growing together, a lot of NFL teams drafted a lot of young rookies and they want to grow these rookies into superstars. And we're going to talk about 6 of them today. We have 3 each. Now, this isn't a debate. I know the title is we're going to debate. Well, we'll have some conversation because, watching tape and doing some actually research, I've changed my mind on a couple players I'm going to talk about today. So it's going to be very exciting. But Justin, I want you to go first with your first player you're going to talk about, and let's hear about it. Who is it?
Yeah, so I've actually pulled up our rookie rankings, which you can find at fantasynowplus.com. And then I also pulled up the ECR. So this is all of the other content creators, sports media people. They do their own rankings, and I've took their rankings too, so we can kind of compare ours versus theirs. So that's to start off. I'm going to start off with Luther Burden III, wide receiver drafted out of Missouri, drafted to Chicago to add to a dynamic roster who's got Caleb Williams in his second year. They just got Ben Johnson, their new head coach, who led the Detroit Lions to all of the offensive accolades they had last year, did great with Jared Goff and crew there. They have DeAndre Swift. They have Roschon Johnson. They also just drafted their other running back, Kyle Monangai from Rutgers. I'm sorry for absolutely murdering that. I will know that name probably by the end of the year. So they got that. They also have still DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and now Luther Burden III, who is a mixture of Rome and DJ Moore, which is great. So he's a clear-cut wide receiver 3 to start with. He might even move up to 2. I don't know. We don't know. I'm hoping Rome Odunze takes a step up like JSN last year. But add him to this offense with Ben Johnson. I feel like a lot of people are still sleeping on him right now. So right now, Luther Burden is ranked as the wide receiver 5 in the rankings. On our rankings, he is wide receiver 5. So I have him at 6 total. You have him at 10 right now. If you go look over at everyone else's, the best it shows actually is 8, which is lower than mine, and as low as 16. I feel like a lot of people are still sleeping on Luther Burden right now. He was a killer 2 years ago. He had a setback last year. The offense completely changed in Missouri. I do not foresee a future where this guy finishes bottom 36 or not in the top 36 of wide receivers this year.
That's pretty bold, knowing that Odunze is supposed to be taking a huge step up, whereas the same kind of situation, right, with Odunze last year or JSN the year before, where there's too many chefs in the kitchen. You need some, role players. And the reason why he's so low for most people or some people is because there's other options out there that are start now kind of players in your rookie draft. You look at all the running backs on the board, right? I'm in a dynasty draft right now that started today, and I'm sitting at 7. And usually at 7, I'm like, man, maybe I'll just take a swing at this guy or this guy, whatever. But no, there's guys I'm targeting at 7, and he's not one of them at all, honestly, because there's other running backs that are more valuable, that are going to play now and help your team now. So over on the overall rankings, Justin, that's why I don't see him as a first round pick. I may have him ranked that way, but I don't see him that way. I just see him as a role player at the beginning, and I want to see what happens. I'm a huge Caleb Williams fan. I think I've stated that on the show multiple times. I'm ready to see that offense flourish. Adding the addition of Ben Johnson is just spectacular. That's going to just – it's going to take – how Chris Godwin took that step last year? Well, he's already been there. Chris Godwin's proven to be elite, but he took a step back because they moved him on the outside. He got the right offensive coordinator in there. Boom, he was wide receiver 1 until he got hurt. So I can see the same thing happening with this offense, whereas Caleb Williams balls out. He can support 2 top-end receivers, but which 2 is it going to be, right? Is it going to be DJ Moore and Odunze, or is it going to be DJ? Because DJ Moore is going to be he's the, what do they say in 6th grade science? The constant variable. What was that thing called?
I don't know. 6th
You
grade
know,
science. That's forever ago.
well, oh, I mean, I have an eighth grader, and she's doing a science project, and then
Well, you should know more than I do.
she's throwing out these terms, right? She's got the variable. She says data. I say data. It is what it is. What
It's
do you
data.
say? It's
It's
data.
data. It's data.
Okay, sure,
It's long A.
sure. It's short A. But yes, that's my only concern on Luther Burden. It's not him as a prospect. It's just his spot and how many other great players are in this draft that I'd prefer over him. That's all.
I mean, you could have a top 12, a top 24, and a top 36 wide receiver on the same team. We've seen teams that support 2 top 12s. I mean, that's the Eagles, but that's Brown and Devonta Smith. I think I mean, Roma Dunze finished wide receiver 49 last year. So if you want to say his Luther Burt on a bad offense, if you want to say behind Keenan Allen. So as a wide receiver 3 on his own team, he finished as wide receiver 49 on a bad team, a bad offense that did not get the ball moving at all. Add probably the best offensive coordinator turned head coach of the offseason. I think that you improve that number a bit. I think 48 would be a floor for Luther Burden, which is still a flex position.
All right, understood. So the first rookie I want to talk about today, I'm going running back heavy. I'm going to start Caleb Johnson, drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers, 83rd overall, 21 years old, ran a 4.57 40 at the combine. This guy, I was watching tape today, and he is Pittsburgh. He is the definition of a Pittsburgh running back. He reminds me of Lev Bell so much. Not as talented as Lev Bell. Don't come at me with these comments and hate. I'm not comparing him to one of the greatest running backs in my generation, but I will say that he's very patient at the line of scrimmage. He waits for holes to open, and he can burst through those holes. He's big enough to where he can actually break some tackles. He has great vision. Yes, Caleb Johnson at the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be a hard person to tackle when it gets cold. He is battling Jalen Warren for that starting job, but let's be honest, I'm getting very, very high Tony Pollard vibes from Jalen Warren. So when he gets to the whole big thing, is he actually going to produce with 15 to 18 carries? Are we actually going to see him, or is he just a change of pace back? This is big time for Jalen Warren to step up. Caleb Johnson, I just can't speak highly enough of him, and he's climbing my boards. I don't know where I currently have him ranked at the moment, Justin, because you have that in front of you, but I do have him. I did move him up a little bit this morning. I'm not sure if it updated on your side, but I love this kid. He's also competing with Kenneth Gainwell and Patterson and Arthur Smith. We know what Arthur Smith did to Bijan Johnson's rookie season. Still very, very productive his rookie season, but it wasn't as productive as last year and how we wanted him to be. So is Arthur Smith going to kill him? Because remember, Cordell Patterson's still there, and Arthur Smith cannot quit. Rashad Bateman and me will always be connected. Arthur Smith and Patterson will always be connected. But I am super big fan of Caleb Johnson. How are you feeling about him?
I feel the same way as you. We both have him as our RB3 so far this offseason. Only behind Ashton Genty and Amari and Hampton, which is, I think, fair. Both I like their spots a little bit better. They don't have a running back room to compete against. The Chargers literally let everyone go off that out of their running back room, so they have Amari and Hampton.
Yep.
You're not going to bench Ashton Genty behind anyone unless their name is like Saquon Barkley and
yeah,
exactly.
No one else.
So that's it. So we do have him at RB3 consistently. He is total 5 on our board. The rest of the world has him as RB5, behind Quinshawn Judkins and Travion Smith. So the 2 Ohio State running backs are both ranked above Caleb Johnson on the board. He's as high as 3, as low as 6. So we are keeping that stock up. But I do like Caleb Johnson. I like his path to RB1 better. Like you said, Jalen Warren, it's the big stage. Will he finally hit it? I don't think he will. I think he's going to be a career RB2 on his team, which is fine. RB2s make good production. I mean, look at David Montgomery. He's technical. Well, I'm sorry. Look at Jahmyr Gibbs. He's RB2 on the Lions. Remember? That's not my opinion. That's Josh's opinion, by the way. But if you look at if you look at Travion Henderson, you got to fight Ramondre Stevenson and the other running backs that they put on that team. If you look at Quinshon Judkins, yeah, they didn't bring back Nick Chubb. They still have Jerome Ford, which is not as good, but they also drafted Samson out of Tennessee, who should also be good. So he's going to have to fight with a rookie backfield basically to really be productive. Where I think Caleb Johnson's going to go in there and just immediately be the RB1.
I don't think it's going to be automatic. I think that they're going to make him work for it. And I think that we are waiting on the addition of a quarterback there because I don't think Mason Rudolph. I know I saw you put him on the block yesterday, clown. But I will say, yeah, I saw you put him on the block yesterday somewhere.
To joke.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted the starting quarterback. He's the starter.
Yeah.
They got Will Howard. They drafted Will Howard in the 6th round this year too, which he probably, if they don't bring in a veteran, if they don't bring in Aaron Rodgers, I could see Will Howard getting snaps this year.
I do think this, and I know that I'm in the minority. I think Rodgers still has some gas, and if he does end up signing there, he does add somewhat of a threat to the passing game because right now there's none, in my opinion. You add an Aaron Rodgers, and that threat of DK Metcalf and George Pickens going deep is actually finally there. Where again, I don't think it's there consistently right now, which would open up the running lanes for a Caleb Johnson and Jaylen Warren. And don't forget, this guy can be a 3-down back. He had 240 carries last year in college. I was looking at these guys, all of these guys. I'm not saying he had the most carries. He might have. I didn't look at everybody. But 240 is a lot for a college kid. And he actually did it really well and didn't get injured and was totally fine. So, Big Ten running back of the year. I'm not sure what that means in 2025, if Big Ten is still a good thing or not. I don't really watch the Big Ten, but I do know that if you're a Big Ten All-American and first team All Big Ten, you're good. So,
the Big Ten had 2 of the top 4 teams in the college football playoffs.
Yeah, they're not the.
They had the national champions. The only reason why they didn't have 2 Big Ten teams in the national championship is because they forced them to play in the semifinal.
Yeah, they're not the SEC. Aaron Rodgers would have signed out. No. Rodgers is smart. He's smarter than the average NFL player. He knows what he's doing. He's driving that money up. That's exactly what he's doing. And if you can't see that, Sean, and anyone else, I don't know what to tell you. Aaron Rodgers' IQ level is beyond comprehension. Too high. Too smart. You want to go to your next player?
Yeah, I will. I do want to know, you are completely frozen for the YouTubes. So maybe it's just going to be me talking for a second while Josh figures this out. Maybe he has to leave. Maybe he has to come back in. This happened before the stream too. It's great. Yep. See, there he goes. So we'll just leave Josh blank over there until he comes back and joins the stream. But yeah, I want to talk about my next guy, which I really want to wait for Josh to come in here. There he is. Is he back? Is he back?
My internet has been so bad today. I have been logged out of my VPN at my job all day today. I've been trying to get on Fortnite. I hope my boss isn't watching. All day today. I cannot do it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. My Spectrum isn't. We aren't getting along today. Sorry. Can you hear that? Am I back?
Yeah. Yeah, you're back. All right. So I didn't announce my next guy. DJ Giddens. This is not the player you probably would have thought to even be brought up on this show. You probably expected Cam Scattaboo or Ollie Gordon II or Quinshon Judkins to be talked about. No, DJ Giddens. Josh, do you know who DJ Giddens is?
He's the player you're going to talk to me about today.
Do you know? Okay, so drafted out of Kansas State. I don't even know what round at this point. He's on the Indianapolis Colts. He goes to a Colts backfield that is highlighted by Jonathan Taylor, okay, Khalil Herbert, Tyler Goodson, Salvon Ahmed, you know of that guy.
That guy's awesome.
And Ulysses Bentley.
That's a great name.
DJ Giddens, if you didn't know, had 1,300 yards rushing last year, 1,200 yards the year before that. And only 518 his freshman season, which is fine. But he scored a total of 23 touchdowns in his 3 years. And then also had 4 receiving touchdowns in that time span as well. The 4 were in his sophomore and junior seasons. So shut up, Sean. Glad I walked away for the Colts talk. So why is this a good move? Because if we look at Jonathan Taylor here, Jonathan Taylor actually hasn't played a full season since he was RB1 in 2021, his second season, which means DJ is going to get snaps. They often also take out Jonathan Taylor out of pass catching scenarios and put in another running back, which could be DJ Giddens. He's not the greatest out there, but he is a lot better than Jonathan Taylor already just with his college production. I think he immediately becomes the RB2 on a team that needs a change of pace. They've always run 2 running backs, even with Jonathan Taylor. They've had a second running back like Zach Moss or somebody else that has come in there and was able to get production. I'm not guaranteeing you he's going to get 15 points a game, but he's going to be serviceable. He's going to be worth putting on your bench for those weeks that Jonathan Taylor does miss, because it is inevitable. Jonathan Taylor will miss games this season. And I hate to say that, but he will. So have him as a backup. Who knows? He might be your Jordan Mason this year, where you draft him behind CMC, and then all of a sudden, now you have RB1.
I dig it. I got nothing to add because I don't know who he is, but I'll be looking for him in the 3rd rounds, Justin.
To be fair, I have him at RB10. You have him at RB11. So you could probably get him in free agency or like 4th round. Well, if I'm looking at everybody else, DJ Giddens is oh my god, I can't even find Giddens. Where is he? RB11. So we're pretty close on. He's as high as 10. He's as low as 17. So
right. So we're going to keep this thing moving, talking about another 3rd round pick that you might pick up in your super flex or regular dynasty drafts. This is wide receiver out of Stanford, 6'2", 210 pounds, 4th round pick. Why are you laughing?
Just you're giving like that. No, nothing.
I'm talking like I'm
a matchup.
I mean, I'm giving it. If you're talking wide receivers, you kind of want a bigger guy. I don't want some 5'7". I don't want me running routes. I don't want me out there. So 6'2", 210 pounds, 4th round pick, Elick Manor. That's right. I pronounced it correctly, I think. I don't know why he fell. I can tell you maybe it's his drop rate because he doesn't have the best hands. 8.7% drop rate last year in Stanford. Needs to get a little bit better at that, but he's big, physical, strong, fast. Ran a 4.44 40 at the combine. He was drafted to the Tennessee Titans, where they need pass catchers, where they have a new rookie quarterback. The main reason why he's on my list to talk about, because I love when we get a rookie quarterback and a rookie wide receiver and they mesh. Like Tank Dell and CJ Stroud were so much fun to watch. It's going to be nothing like that rookie season, I promise you. But if he could develop to grow, he's going to be an asset for the Tennessee Titans. They did not extend or exercise that option on Treylon Burks. He was a major bust, unfortunately, right? They thought they could trade A.J. Brown and get the next A.J. Brown. That didn't work out, but not everything does work out. He's going to need to be more physical at the point of contact. He does kind of like, I would say, I don't mean this in any way, but cowers away from the point of contact. He wants to get those wide open passes, except for get the contested catches. He's going to need that for his red zone ability. That's why they probably drafted him, because he's big, physical, great blocker. That's what the Tennessee Titans do. They're physical, they're blockers, but they're losers, so they need to get better. So hopefully this kid can improve his game, stay on the field, stay healthy. He's going to be a decent dart throw in the 3rd round for you if you need wide receiver help, or if you're stacked at receiver and you're in a taxi squad league. This is a perfect pick for you. I love this kid. Plus, he's Canadian. He played hockey. I love hockey. He likes hockey. He's Canadian. Seems like a good kid, good character. I'm into this kid. Is he even on your board at all?
Yeah, he is. I have him at 11. You have him at 9. Consensus is 11, as high as 9 and as low as 12. So we're right there on point with that. You're probably single-handedly driving up his stock to 11, but it's fine. It's fine. We got to set the ADP somewhere. I don't know, man.
Hold on. There's a comment in the chat. What about Lockett? Listen, I don't know if that's a sarcastic or not, But Lockett to me,
He's dead.
DED, dead.
Dead.
I have zero interest, and I'm sure he's going to be a fine role player for them. But if you're talking, I'm talking about this kid as a, like I said, stash. One of those players are going to fly under the radar, and you go, maybe this kid could work out. He's not going to be Puka Nakua. I know we're all looking for Puka. It ain't happening. But if we can secure this kid for a third round pick in your team, in your league, and throw him in your taxi squad or throw him at the end of your bench, and let's see what happens. That's the kind of player you're going to get with him.
Here's the thing about him is that the Titans have nobody. They have Calvin Johnson. I'm sorry, Calvin Ridley. They do not have Calvin Johnson. They have Calvin Ridley. Definitely not even near the same tier. So they have Calvin Ridley and they have locker room vet Tyler Lockett. And then you've got Van Jefferson, Bryce Oliver, Jaquan Jackson. They let Nick Westbrook-Akine leave after, for some whatever reason. They did end up picking up Xavier Restrepo, which came with Cam Ward. So that's already like, if he's able to get into the lineup, that's that's a connection there. So I do worry a little bit that he's going to get overshadowed by Xavier Restrepo. But the fact that they also have Chig. Sorry, Chris. So I do worry a little bit that he might get overshadowed. The fact that they actually drafted him and not just did the undrafted free agent gives better signs that he will make it. But he's a dart. Definitely look out for rookie camp and camps in general. Make sure he makes the roster, stuff like that. But he's definitely not going to be a Puka, in my opinion. But
he can make
there's no reason.
plays.
Yeah, there's no reason. He played every game in his 2 years in college, so he very well could end up doing okay.
Let me ask you this, and everybody this: how many times did anyone start Romeo Dobbs last year? Or there's room in fantasy for these type of players. Not saying that Romeo Dobbs is a super stud, but if you get streaking, he could be a player that you can put into your lineup. And I am in love with the fact that I already said it. Rookie and rookies, right? Rookies mesh together. They're stuck together. They get hazed together. They got to do these dance. They might get some.
I do get that. I'm just worried about Xavier Restrepo also being a rookie from the same college as Cam Ward. So I feel like that's already the pairing.
Of course.
How many of us started Nick Westbrook-Akine last year because of how many touchdowns he scored every single week? So I get it.
Not me. I never started. I did. I started him in a league. I have 32 teams in this league, and that's my only player I had that I could start.
I started him several times last year.
Well, you picked the good weeks then. I did not pick the good weeks. Who's your last player?
The last player here.
I don't know if I'm by myself or if Justin left. If anyone's watching, please let me know, because I am by myself now. There he is.
Stupid button on my mouse, man. It's the back button on my mouse. Yeah, so I don't know what you just said, but my last player, Travis Hunter. So I only want to talk about Travis Hunter because I think he is. A lot of people are seeing him go 102, 103, 104, and they're thinking it's absolutely crazy, including you this morning, showing a screenshot of Dave drafting him at the 104 slot after he took Amari and Hampton at the 102. And yeah, I get the worry. He's going to play every single down. Liam Cohen's already said that he is wanting to play him more offensively than defensively, which honestly, he's a better defender than he is an offensive player. So the reason why I have him at 1, you have him at 2, you have Emeka at 1, wide receiver 1. The world has Hunter as the second, as wide receiver 2 behind Ted McMillan. So I want to come here and say why I have Travis Hunter at 1, because it seems like I'm one of the only ones to have him at 1. Brian Thomas Jr. That's why. He is on the opposite side of Brian Thomas Jr. If he actually gets to play the offensive position, that is 2 elite level talents that Trevor Lawrence gets to throw the ball to. It's not like he went to the Browns where he has a mixture of an injured Deshaun Watson, an old Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Shador Sanders would have improved his stock, I think, and Dylan Gabriel. Like, we don't know who the Browns quarterback is going to be. from week to week, not even just the entire season. He gets somebody that's supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, who's consistent, who plays through every game, who was accurate, to be paired up with Brian Thomas Jr. Plus, they lost Evan Ingram, so there's more targets going to the wide receiver positions. I foresee Travis Hunter having a big year on the offensive side of the ball, and in fantasy, he has a cheat code, especially if you play IDP.
My problem with Travis Hunter that high is he's going to be playing against the top receiver on defense, and he may be going against, I'm not saying he will, he may be going against the top cornerback on offense. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know how much he's going to be playing on the offensive side of the ball. We don't know what Tony Khan and Shad Khan and these guys over in Jacksonville are going to do, because it seems like they just love to ruin careers over there in Jacksonville. Now, I'm okay if they said he's only offense and he'll be in on packages for defense. If they said that, which they may have, and I just didn't pay attention or I missed it, he's up my board. He's probably wide receiver 3. I'm still having a Mecca above him and Ted, and then probably him. I think I still already have him there. I think I have Travis Hunter at 3. I don't think I have another receiver above him.
You
But
have him at 2.
I don't want to draft him in the first round. I don't. I'm scared. I am so scared of him, but I know the potential's there to be the guy. When he got drafted, I was going to say, when he got drafted and he danced on the damn stage, and I'm like, this kid's got it, man. Like, I fell in love with him. I really did. Not that I didn't before, but like that sold me. Like, his confidence. It wasn't cocky. It wasn't arrogant. It wasn't Shadir Sanders. It was, I'm that guy, and I'm just having fun, and we're about to have fun. And that's the kind of guy I want to ride with. But I'm just so scared to draft him on my teams, because what if he's just 20 snaps a game? Right? What if? We don't know. That's what I want to know first before I draft him. That's all.
That's fair. So a couple things. I loved him going into college. He bet on himself. He went to a junior JUCO instead, or not JUCO. JUCO. He didn't go to a D1 school that he could have. He said, I'm going to go to Florida State, and said, no, never mind, I'm going to Jacksonville State. Then he switches over to Colorado with the whole Sanders. I think he's real. Like, he's so excited to just be in the league and like ready to go. For what it's worth, right now he's listed as wide receiver 3 behind Diami Brown. I assume he's gonna get elevated to wide receiver 2 at some point. He's also listed as a second corner, so he's not even like a starting corner at the moment, which means he could play nickel. He might end up playing the outside. We don't know, but the thing is if you are drafting in the top 4 spots, you are either A, need something exciting and a bet to throw on to just risk it all so that you can be better, or B, you traded up for a luxury pick and you're already in the back half. So what's it matter if you draft a player that might not be something? Whereas if you do draft the next best thing, it already makes you way higher. That's why I have him high, and I think he is worth drafting that high anyway. This is a different league. I mean, this is a league where we only have 2 sets of rookies so far. I am drafting Travis Hunter 101, but we do have defensive players in that. So, and
Fair
honestly,
enough.
I might draft him 102 in another league.
Fair enough. Mudbone, thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. If you're not already sub to the channel, please hit that sub button. Drop us a like. It really helps us out, moves us up the board. We're gaining subs literally every single day. The more likes we get on this channel, our videos, the more it gets out to more people, and the more people can enjoy our content. So I really appreciate you guys. The next guy I'm going to talk about today on this rookie debate show is 5'8", little guy, 205, right? Running back. What are you laughing? Running back out of
I just remembered
UCF.
who you have.
Right down the street, right down I-4, right? Right down I-4 for me as a UCF standout, RJ Harvey, running back for the Denver Broncos, selected 60th overall. He's 24 and a half years old. I'm going to get that out there first. I know everyone said it, but he's 24 and a half years old. I cannot talk about RJ Harvey, and neither can you, without saying his age. That's gone. We're done. We're done talking about it. Okay. Strong legs, great vision, great burst, freaking fast as heck, can catch the ball out of the backfield. There's nothing you should hate about RJ Harvey. I was a hater until I watched some tape this week, until I got some analysis and I actually watched some games of his. Man, he is special. I think he's going to be decent. You heard that. Decent in the NFL. I don't think he's going to be a superstar. I think he's going to be just good enough to give you what you need from a running back 2. I don't think he's going to be a running back 1. I know people are excited and talking redrafts. He's a top 3 pick or top 3 round pick, not top 3 overall, because of the opportunity. And it's true. He does have all the opportunity in the world. There's no one else there. You want to talk about I can't even say this loser's name. People love him, but yeah, people love this guy. You want to talk about him? Sure, whatever. They just got rid of Javonte Williams. There's no one else really there to compete for carries, in my opinion. So it's going to be a year where we're going to see if he's going to do it or not. Everyone's already comparing him. Oh, just like Kamara, the Sean Payton. Guess who else got compared to a former running back with their head coach? Oh, Shady McCoy. Andy Reid knows what he's doing with Shady McCoy. He's going to do it with CEH. It didn't work out. So let's see if this is going to work out. I know we're all excited about a second-round running back. Javonte Williams was a second-round running back. What did he do? Not much. He was just there. He was just blah. The good thing about him is he started all 12 games at UCF last year, so no injury concern, nothing crazy. He did average 6.5 yards per attempt. Very explosive. 24-and-a-half-year-old running backs, they just don't make it as rookies. And I'm rooting for the kid. I hope he does because I like what they're doing there in Denver. Not a fan of Sean Payton. I think Sean Payton's a straight-up dirtbag. But that being said, I like what they're doing over there. Bo Nix has been a pleasant surprise to me. Cortland Sutton's still putting out banger seasons under the radar. Let's see if RJ Harvey could be something in Denver. I hope he is. I really, really do hope so. But he's undersized, overaged. Let's see what happens, man. I'm excited for him, but I'm not drafting him in the top 6. Top 8, top 9. Where are we drafting him in rookie drafts?
It's a great question because I don't think I would draft him in the first round. I do have him as RB. Oh, dang it, I missed it. Where did it go? RB4, I think, because of opportunity. That's it.
I said it already. He's risen up my boards in my mind and my head because I saw him. But again, he's playing in UCF. He's playing in, not Power 5 teams. It's just the matter. That's just the facts. Not to me, but the running back position is easier to evaluate because if they're good, they're good. If they can cut, they can cut. If they can have vision, they have vision. And he has all of that. He's agile. He can create his own yards because of how agile he is. He's got huge, massive legs, low center of gravity. He can bounce off of defenders. Like, I'm okay with that. I just wish he would grow a couple inches. I'm overaged barely. I'm overaged myself. So
for you audio listeners, overaged, the new fancy way of calling someone old. Like it. I mean, I have him at RB4. He was the RB4 of college football last year. Had a ton of yardage. Total yards 1,845, 25 total touchdowns. He had 251 touches, which was not even near the top 3 running backs. So he in my opinion, he's not like somebody I would go reach out. If he fell to me, great. If he's there at the 201, yeah, maybe I'll take a dart on him. But I'm not drafting him in the first round this year.
If I need running back and I'm late first, of course I'm going to snatch him because opportunity, but not too excited about it. But that's going to be about it today, guys. Thank you for everybody for tuning in today. Make sure you come back in a couple hours because we do have another show on this channel. Wait. Yes, we can't wait. New hosts. I believe you've seen. Who guessed it for me at one time? I apologize if you're here right now.
CJ, Chris.
I am so Chris. Yes, that's what I figured it was Pudge, but I didn't. I wasn't sure, guys. I'm overaged myself. I don't even know my son's birthday lately, so it is what it is at this point when you're 39 years old and lack of sleep. But thank you so much for everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the channel. Make sure you share it with friends. Share it with your friends. because that's how we grow. We want to grow a great community over here. So join the Discord. Everything else in the description. That's it, guys. I'm blabbering. Peace out.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.